Welcome into the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty, where today, at home in Palo Alto, we have our next installment of the big game. With just 2 weeks left in the regular season here for our Cardinal, there is a lot on the line. 2 rivalries, plus Pac-12 Championship and playoffs. And with our Cardinal coming off a big win last week against formerly 8th ranked Oregon State, now ranked 12, we jump up to 7. But in this game, we struggled against Mike Hyde. Late on, we pulled off some big plays. A pair of interceptions helped seal the game up. But offensively, we really struggled to have some consistent play. Elijah Brown did finish with 65% complete, and while that is a better average for him, it could have been a whole lot better. But receivers were struggling to hold on to this, and this is just what it actually calculated. 4 drops for Bryce Haddad, 2 for Kevin Buck. We know that there was at least one more with Ed Keenan dropping a 2-point conversion. And with our offense being in the bottom half here of the Pac-12 alone, we really need to start cleaning it up, especially when our defense is by about 500 yards better than any other program in this conference. Now, as for our opponents today in the Cal Golden Bears, they have had a pretty good season. They did pick up a big win against currently 6th ranked Florida to open up their season. They then did get dominated by Georgia, but then picking up 3 dominant wins in a row. They did not play well against Colorado, but answered that with a big win against Washington, a narrow loss to Oregon. USC, they handled them pretty well, beat UCLA, and now they're left with 2 more Pac-12 games trying to get to 8 wins on the season. They are led by redshirt junior quarterback in Micah Alejado from Las Vegas, Nevada. 19 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, 61% complete. He also very much leads them in rushing, not only yards, but attempts. Does have 6 more touchdowns there, but whenever Hagman does get the ball, he also puts it in the end zone. 9 touchdowns for him. Receiving, it's also kind of a one-man show here in Naziah Hunter, the redshirt senior. With 871 yards, he's looking to finish over 1,007 touchdowns. Horton does have 6 touchdowns, and despite not doing as much as some of these other players, they do look for the true freshman tight end in Jonathan Edwards quite often. And defensively, it's very much by the unit here. They do have 2 linebackers very much leading in tackles in Dog and Tonkara. Funnily enough, though, Montreal Dog not related to our own Montreal Dog. As for plays in the backfield, it is pretty spread even. They don't have a dominant guy across this line, nor down the field. But kicking for them should be pretty solid with the freshman in Joshua Melvin. He's hit 12 of 14 on his field goals with a long of 47. The only ones that he has missed on the year have been from 50 plus. As Coach Barrington looks to continue the win streak here for his Cardinal, we get underway. Kicking this ball off, Etienne. And we'll take it down to around the goal line. Set to return. Down the middle, slips one, but can't keep his feet. Falling at the 21 is where the offense will come out. Now this series largely in favor of the Cardinal, 62-48. But as we've all seen time and time again, you never know what might happen in a rivalry game, as Hagman, he takes the carry, and Richardson drops him for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11. They get motion from the slot receiver going from right to left. Dropping back, setting up the halfback screen. Sumlin in pursuit. Will eventually drag him down. And correction on the running back. That was actually Corbin Cottle, the senior. Hagman comes out here with 3rd and 11, dumping it down to him. Rico Cote quickly brings him down. There is an injured Cal Golden Bear, though. Looks like Kaufman, one of the O-linemen. Hopefully the big fella is all right. He'll head to the sideline as well as his teammates. Cardinal pick up a stop, and the offense can head on out. Starting at the 26. They really need to build some steady game here. Parrish takes it to the right-hand side, close to the first down, though marked shy. So with a pistol set, Lucas in there at fullback. They go RPO out to Haddad, who uses that speed to bounce it outside, crossing midfield, finally out at the 43. At times this year, he has looked fantastic, really taking on that wide receiver one form. But then like we saw last week, those drops start to hit. Just need consistency for this unit. The 1st and 10, Brown steps up in the pocket. Can't get back to the line. They'll count it as a sack for Grant Bucky, though it was only about half a yard behind the line. 2nd and 11. With the ace form, down the middle goes Parrish. And while it was a good run, it will be coming back. Holding comes in on Pale. We've seen that a bit too often as well. 2nd and 17. Play action here for Brown. As he's looking downfield, he's got Haddad on the money. He's going to get at least inside the 20, down inside the 15, and out of bounds. A quick start for the receiver QB combination. Down inside the red zone for the first time tonight are the Cardinal. Flipping it to the outside, Ed Keenan, he's got the angle, he's got the 6. Cardinals start off hot here. Defense picks up the stop. Offense drives down the field. And they take a 7-0 lead here to kick off the big game. And hopefully we see that on repeat here today. A great stop as well from the special teams unit to follow. The Bears start back at the 13. Handing this one off, it's Cottle again. He gets chopped out by Camp. Looks like with the lack of success from the running game outside of the quarterback here in Alejado, they've decided to change things up. More motion, and Hagman, he's dropped Richardson, 2nd TFL. Defense keeping that momentum up here. It's 3rd and 8. Looking to pass the ball, Alejado downfield and finding his target well by the remaining defenders. Hunter will take it. He beat Asher with the speed, bad coverage over the top from Sumlin. And just like that, we are level here. And sometimes all it takes is that one play. 7-7. Now we're the ones starting backed up here at the 17. Ed Keenan, he's in motion. Had the touchdown last drive. He's getting to the outside here, outrunning Parrish, and he picks up the 1st. Old total about 12 on the jet sweep. Now at the 29. Motion here, Haddad left side. Looking to set up the pass. Under pressure, lofting it high. Lucas in the area. Good job, though, from Brown to not force any plays there. 2nd and 10. RPO, they go outside with Parrish, and he will pick up a few. Takes just about as many hits. But it's 3rd and 8 now with the Bears trying to get off the field. Hard count, early movement. Do they get the edge? It looks like they do. Lincoln draws off a Natty Nig bun, so we'll add 5 onto it, leaving 3rd and 3. Hard count again, and he jumps, though not Lincoln. But from the same side of the line, it's Troop. So free 1st down Cardinal. They didn't even have to do anything there in the 3rd and long. Empty set here on 1st. As they let this play develop, Brown, he's going to scramble, get the 1st down, and about 12 in total. Cardinal have got to see a lot of quarterbacks running around. Of course, we've had the young quarterback in draft out there the last few games as Brown looks to finally throw the ball and knocked away from Buck. Coach Barrington has touched on the drops from his receivers and tight end definitely being a part of that group. Back to the RPO, Parrish to the outside, slides back in and will pick up 7. Now downs like this is where we have seen that backup quarterback in draft come in. Not this time. 3rd and 3, bunch to the left-hand side. Throwing Keenan, it gets picked off. It's jumped by Montrell Dog. Again, not our Montrell Dog. But a great job by Cal's linebacker as it looked like Ed Keenan was wide open for that 1st down. Made a big play on it. Cal back out there on offense. Took the lead last time, throwing and getting the 1st down here. It was a risky one for Alejado to put his receiver in that area. And Rico Cote nearly ripped his head off for it. 1st and 10, though. They get advantage, and Rico Cote says, no, you don't. He gets the pick. Not able to outrun Hagman. But to the 45, it's a set of picks. Both linebackers for both parties getting those interceptions. And for Elijah Brown in his final big game, that is a big play from his teammate. 1st and 10, they could take back over at the 45. With a spread look, going to the right-hand side, Blousset gets a blocker out in front and picking up about 9. The passing game has definitely shifted that focus from earlier on in the season where we were downfield to short and quick. just as quick as that tackle came in. 3rd and 2. Making a change, though, here. Brown didn't like the initial look here. Still making changes up front. He's got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Runs it. Parrish. He's got the first down and a little bit more. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. It is tied up here 7-7. Cardinal have had a lot of time of possession. Cal Golden Bear offense has hit on one big play, and that's where we're level. The good news for the home crowd is their team is on offense with a 1st and 10 at the 30. Hard count, no one jumps for Brown. As he looks to set up the screen pass, he's got Haddad with space out in front, and he gets dragged down inside the 10. But again, Laundry in the backfield erases the play. Modi Nigbun with that hold. 1st and 20 now back at the 40. As they go play action, they set up the tight end screen, pick up a block there, Baklenko. Buck nearly picks up the lost yardage. We'll get at least a gain of 9, making it 2nd and 11. Back to the pistol set here, Haddad with that quick motion. And stepping up, looking to the outside and finding a cutting lane down the middle. Brown rumbles inside the 15. He definitely had the option to toss it if he wanted to, but decided not to. And with the drops, you kind of seemingly makes sense. 1st and 10. Tossing it back corner, tipped away from Blouse. They don't quite have the height advantage they were probably looking for there. Back to the RPO, Parrish wrapped up in the backfield. That's the second big play from Montrell Dog. 3rd and 14. To the left-hand side, and checking the original throw, he has his receiver, comes out late. Looked like he just double clutched it. ETN, though, will polish off the drive. Cardinal retake the lead here, 10-7. But Brown will definitely be kicking himself for missing that touchdown pass. 1st and 10. Cal, they're back out here at the 13. As they fake it on the jet sweep, Hagman down the middle. He will pick up 8. Ultimately, looks like we will see a rotation at that running back spot today as they go back to him. Sumlin meets him, loss of 1. He had a huge sack late last week that helped seal that game up, plus the interception that did ultimately seal it. Picked off Asher. It looked like he was beat again in coverage. Instead, he's rumbling down to the 5. Couldn't find the pick 6. But he uses his athleticism to make up for the bad initial coverage. Got the hops, and Alejado tossed it right to him. And that could prove to be a big swing in this game as the Cardinal take over at the 5. And they go read option. Good block from Lucas. Brown into the end zone. While he might not be the fastest QB here, he sure can run it as he puts us in front now by 10. And of course, shout out to Antonio Asher who had that pick. And the Cal Golden Bears have just got to stop returning these kicks, once again starting inside their own 15. They get motion to the right-hand side, and RPO flicks it outside. They're going to find 81 with a nice juke. That is the freshman Edwards. He's 3rd on the team in receptions. Finally gets his first of the game here. We're a few minutes into the second quarter. Still looking to pass the ball. Alejado down the middle and broken up. Coverage converging, had Campen, I think one other guy there. Basically, it was a hospital ball. 2nd and 10. Pass back across the middle. 13 with the grab, gain of 7. Second catch on the day for Hunter, had the touchdown and really the only big play on offense for the Cal Bears. As patience down the middle, Hagman, he's got the first down up to the 50. A great conversion for him on 3rd. Swapping out the running backs here. Cotter is back in as they pass to the outside and getting the catch, gain of 6. Alejado 7 of 10. His only real bad play was the interception to Antonio Asher, but arguably that was just the bigger play made by the corner. Pass across the middle, and 17 will complete that first down. That is Martin. He's the junior from Texas, playing out here in California. A large pipeline here for both of the teams. 1st and 10. Bringing the heat. Alejado leaks, finds his receiver downfield. Heads up play. Enrique Reigns with the first down. They're inside the 30 as they go play action. Downfield, Enrico Coates got his second. Alejado threw it straight at him. as that's another play that I forgot he also threw earlier. That's now 3 interceptions in the first half here on Alejado. And for Cal, who was looking like they were finally getting themselves back into this one, they turn it over. We take over at the 17. Parrish, he gets all stopped up. Those running lanes from has been rather hit or miss as we do hit the 2-minute warning here. Back to the RPO, and Parrish goes down the middle, picking up 4. Timeout called by Cal. Down by a couple possessions. Each possession counts, but can they get the stop here? 3rd and 6. As we drop back to pass, wide open is McCoy, who gets the catch and gets down. Big first down there for the Cardinal, and there have been calls for McCoy to take over at tight end 1. He just doesn't quite have the speed or the duality that we have with Buck as Blousay gets the catch. But we do still see a lot of 2 tight end looks here for the Cardinals, so both very much getting their opportunities. As it's tossed up for Blousay, he gets the grab and double coverage. There's also a flag down, and they're going to get DPI on that coverage. And that's probably one of the best catches of the season for Blousay. He's had quite a few drops, so seeing that, mighty good. To the outside, Buck, he gets the catch. Haddad with the block, can't slip underneath, and a little bit of a lined up hit there comes in from 30. Well, the tight end has us down inside the 6. And flipping this one nowhere, apparently. It's just a tackle for a loss. Or actually, they mark it at the 6. They're going to say that that was a forward pass, incomplete. I guess we will take that, as it looks like making some changes out there, and tossed up for Haddad. They were not on the same page. That only leaves 3 seconds on the clock, and the offense comes on out. Looks like the same look they were just in. Hard count, no one jumps. Hard count again, someone does jump, and they're gonna get troop again. It's an interesting move there from Coach Barrington. Moves them 3 yards closer, shortens the distance, and they're going to try to get a quick play off. Haddad through his hands, but it leaves 1 second. Textbook play calling there from Coach Barrington, utilizing as much time as possible, gave him one more opportunity to find that touchdown. ETN with the 2nd field goal, and we make it 22-7 here at halftime. And perhaps that is why he landed the job here at Stanford. Great play calling, utilizing what it was either going to be setting up the field goal either way. Very, very smart. A close game here on paper, but really the difference are the turnovers. Alejado, 9 of 13 passing, is completing 69%. As for the guys catching the ball, Hunter has seemed to be the only one to make big things happen with his targets. However, most of Cal's receivers only have 1 catch. Meanwhile, that's the opposite for the Cardinal. Blousay with 3, 2 for Haddad, Buck, and Keenan, 1 for McCoy, and a total of 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. And as the offense starts off in possession, that could grow here. Cal, they've got a bow up here to start this second half. They need a quick stop. As Parrish takes it to the outside, he gets 1. The linebackers here from Cal have played a good game. We've seen several plays from Montreal Dog, including some TFLs and a pick. Haddad with the catch on the slant. And it brings up a 3rd and slightly more than a yard. Pistol ace set. And keeping this one, Brown, he's got the first down, taking it through, it looked like the B gap. Most of the time on QB runs, they go to the outside. Didn't need to there. Parrish takes that same gap, and he'll pick up 5. Not really getting any of those big hitters with the run game, but it's been pretty steady. Under pressure here and dropped. Couldn't get the block in on Troop. Though he's had several penalties today, that is a big play to get back in the graces of his head coach. 3rd and 16 Cardinal. What do they got lined up here? Well, across the middle and finding Harvin. He's a guy of high potential here for the Cardinal and the receiving future. A big body receiver. Haven't really had one of those in quite some time. Outside, Bryce Haddad spins the corner, down the sideline, and bumped out at the 16. That is where he is at his best. Get the speed to the outside. Big play, Bryce Haddad. He'll catch his breath here. Blousay takes his place at Keenan to the right. Slight motion. rolling, waiting, finding the window, buck into the end zone, and you could tell there that Elijah Brown learned from that missed opportunity at the touchdown earlier on in this game where he threw it late, nearly was picked off. They settled for the field goal. He finds his target there, settling his feet. And that gives the Cardinal a 20-point lead here, 27-7. As the Bears take the field here, they're at the 18, slightly improved off their average start position, and breaking some tackles. Hagman, he's got a big gain here for the Golden Bears, all the way up to the 37. They will go hurry up from there. They've got a lot of ground to cover. Keeping two receivers to the right-hand side, one to the left. Alejado still making some changes, including motion. All that to swing it out, and it gets picked off. Sumlin can't tightrope the sideline. But it's a fourth interception on the day for Alejado, and it's just burying the Bears even further. Over Coach Barrington, this is the performance his team really needs. Show some dominance while up. We know the early season struggles playing with the lead. Blouse gets the grab and down quickly, protecting the catch and protecting himself. Leaves 2nd and 1 as they go Parrish. He's close, but they're not going to give him much of a gain. Montreal Dog credited with the tackle. 3rd and 1. They bring out Lucas to help block here. Parrish with a cut back to the left-hand side. He's got the first down and more, crossing the 25. Perhaps in this second half, we'll see a little bit more from this running game, given the lead. Parrish to the left side here, and a narrow gap does end up closing pretty quickly. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. They go to set up the screen here to Blouse. Get the block again. Shaking off the tackle. Picking up a solid 8. That does leave the Cardinals still needing 2 here on 3rd. With a single back set. Going to the left-hand side. Good blocking. Parrish tried to cut under the incoming defender. Ends up dropping him at the 8. 1st and goal. Lucas out there at fullback. One either side. Get motion here. That is Haddad. Looking to pass the ball, or actually stepping up in the pocket. Looking for the goal line. Ball pops out and recovered by Cal. We might have to take a second look here to see where that ball came out. Did he cross the plane prior to? So as he comes running up here, getting an over-the-top view, and it looks very similar to a play from Parrish we saw earlier this year. About half an inch from the goal line, we start to see a little bit of that rotation. Ball comes out. Indeed, it is a fumble recovered by Cal. Very unfortunate. Good news is for the Cardinal, they are up by 20. It's also good news for Cal. They could try to bite into that deficit with a good drive here. In order to do that, Alejado, he's got to keep the ball in bare hands. 2nd and 8. Goes back to the running game here, and Hagman maybe picks up 3. I'll leave him with a 3rd and medium here. They come out shotgun. 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Looking to pass the ball and beat by a lot here. We might have to take a second look, but Hunter, he's screaming downfield, shakes the tackle of Sumlin, and it's his 2nd big play touchdown. Bears do bite in, but where was the coverage on that play? Well, Hunter was lined up over in the slot, and Antonio Asher bit maybe on the play fake, or it looked like perhaps maybe man cover assignments were not assigned correctly. Either way, big play for Cal. And that really just leaves 2 plays on which they have hit on offense in this game, 27-14. Our Montreal Dog checks in here to start the drive. Maybe see a little bit more power running as they open up the running lanes for him through 3 defenders. He's already got the Cardinal up to the 39 with a final play here of the 3rd quarter. They do snap it. Dog goes to the right-hand side and takes on 3 more defenders. They will mark him just shy of that first. We'll go at it as we kick off the 4th quarter. But for right now, Cardinal are in front 27-14. And the outside receiver is receiving a lot of targets here today. And it hasn't really been down the field passing, a lot of short. As we kick off this 4th quarter, it's the Maryland I. Montreal Dog dotting that I. He's got the first down running through the other Montreal Dog. Perhaps at the end of this one, we'll know who has that true dog in him. 1st and 10. It's play action, rolling, And he got McCoy. First down catch. Good sideline awareness. Just a half step more, and that one would have been incomplete. First and 10, Montreal Dog tries to take the power to the outside. Running lanes a little limited. Second and 9. Hard count, no one jumps. Dropping back and eventually throwing this one away. Pass rush was converging. We'll bring up a 3rd and 9 there with a safe move from Elijah Brown. Motion here, Blouse from the right-hand side. Looking to pass the ball, or actually he might look to rumble here. But he's gonna be down 2 yards shy of the first. But the offense stays on out. Hard count. He moves, but they don't blow the whistle. Snapping the ball, letting this one develop. Easy dump off for Blouse. He's got his 8th catch and the first down inside the 15. Cardinal keeping the train rolling here inside 6.5 minutes. RPO and handing this one off. Parrish goes to the right-hand side, slips one, but Dog was there to slow him down. He really has played well out there at linebacker. RPO again, they go Parrish, and he's gonna trot around the right-hand side. Cardinal answer back to the blown play on defense with a touchdown of their own, regaining that 20-point lead. But for Cal, that is gotta be a bit of a gut punch. You finally hit that big play, and then the offense just had to watch us march down the field. Passing to the outside is wide open. Gonna be a first down and more for Martin. Clearly there, the Cardinal protecting down the field rather than underneath. First and 10. And now motion from the left-hand side all the way across. And then blitz brought. Quick throw and knocked away Antonio Asher. Alejado went for his top receiver, and Hunter been the only one to do things today, just getting a good release. First and 10. And Alejado, he looks to scramble for the first time today. Gets a nice gain to midfield, sliding down safely, considering he was their leading rusher. Only one today, 18 though on it, and breaking a tackle, another nice gain. E.J. Horton now getting involved for Cal. First and 10, they're at the 33, 2 spread either side. And another quick pass, and Hennessy can't break it up. In fact, Rico Cote maybe actually helped secure that grab with his hit. Second and 2 following the game. Play action rolling downfield, and just perfect coverage from Asher. Honestly looked like a basketball move there, just blocking him out. Edwards, though, picks up the first down thereafter, and hurry up here. And as we're inside 4 minutes, they are down by 20. They need to hurry up. They got to have a lot of big plays. Haven't seen much from the interior as Hunter finds his 3rd. This dude is beating all of our corners off the line. Unfortunately, though, for him, it might just be in a losing effort. One of those big games that we see all too often. And they will go for an onside kick to follow. High kick and recovered, but we cannot advance. But with that recovery, we could come out here. 3:32 left at about midfield. Set to just run some clock. Good block, Baklenko. Parrish. It's rolling on top of the defenders. Comes up close and does end up getting up. We look to take that a little bit slow, but perhaps that's how we're just going to waste a little bit more time. Letting that play clock roll close to 1. Snapping it. Parrish to the left-hand side. Cuts back towards the right. Finds a lane. And will take it down to the 34. He's just been hacking away at it. 18 carries. Got around 80 yards tonight. As now we got motion here. Keenan, he's going to take the jet sweep, pick up a block from Parrish, take this one to the outside, and make sure we're down inbounds. Not that the 2-minute warning wouldn't have stopped the clock either way, but down inside the red zone, we got Dog as he takes this one down the middle, picking up 3, and Tonkara comes up a little bit injured after that. He's been one of the best linebackers here outside of Montreal Dog. Big miss, and hopefully again it's nothing big. Parrish takes us to the left-hand side, and we'll pick up a few. Timeout called by Cal. And we'll force a 3rd and 5 here inside the 2-minute warning. And going with the RPO, Parrish takes it to the outside, cut back lane, and the secondary hit pushes him forward. But it might have pushed him a little too far. He gets up, talks some trash, but then he's going to head to the sideline. On his 20th carry of the night. Again, for now our own team, hopefully it is nothing big. 1st and goal Montreal Dog takes it to the left-hand side, takes it down the middle, and he finds the end zone. That quick burst off the one step. He might be a top running back of our future. But as for the present, he drops the 40 bomb. And outside of a couple plays on defense, the Cardinal have played very well with the lead here today. But we'll see what Cal has in store with the last minute 40. Or perhaps if there wasn't the early interceptions for Alejado, this might have been a closer game. But that's not the case here today. Rolling and throwing back across his body out of bounds. I guess that's one way to avoid an interception, but at that point, might as well just tuck and run. 3rd and 5. And looking to scramble this time, sliding down in front of Rico Cote. He does give Cal a first down. Quickly getting back to it and flipping it out to Hunter. Asher takes out the ankles. Not exactly the nicest hit, but at this point, it is a rivalry, so you're going to have a little bit of some chippy play. And down the seam, over the top of Rico Cote, a great throw from Alejado as he's finally finding some of those throws late. Maybe with a little bit more of that touch earlier in this one, at least half of those interceptions wouldn't have been. As we approach the minute mark here, Cal, they're still fighting late on. And getting the ball to the outside, Martin out of bounds. A late bump there from Asher. Good news for him, no call comes in off of it. They've got goal to go, though, and this might be their first time today. Cook with a rush, trying to get back to Alejado, who scrambles and eventually throws it away. Color me a little bit surprised that he didn't try to rush that one in. 2nd and goal, 52 seconds. Go 2 spread either side. Sumlin chilling in the back, leaves the outside open, but dropped by Edwards. Perhaps he heard the footsteps of Kiki. 3rd and goal. Waiting and diving swap to Richardson, who gets the pick. And that's the cherry on top of the big game. Cardinal with a dominating performance. And for what I believe is the 3rd straight year that Stanford Axe is staying home here in Palo Alto. Another one for our group of seniors. Elijah Brown having a pretty solid game out there, being one of them. And with that play has earned the player of the game. 311 yards passing, 70% complete, and 2 touchdowns. He also ran around a good little bit, 39 more yards and another touchdown. But before we leave, we are going to shout out the big-time player of Cal, Naziah Hunter, with 5 catches, nearly hit 200 yards, had 3 touchdowns, and that takes us to the final week of the regular season. And there's not going to be any more easy games past this point. Your Cardinal are up to 5. Next time, we have 16th ranked Notre Dame, one of our oldest rivals next to Cal. And with Colorado basically locking themselves into the Pac-12 Conference Championship, we have to make sure we win. We cannot slip up, as a lot of these other teams are going to be catching up to us in terms of how many conference games we've played. We are one of the few that do not play a conference game in that final week, typically against Notre Dame. So Colorado, if they lose, there is a chance that we could go above them. It's going to come down to some tie-breaking scenarios, but ultimately what it's looking like right now is it will be us and Colorado playing for that Pac-12. But the playoffs are not entirely set yet. We did see Penn State lose at home to Florida State in this week, and that dropped them from 1 to 4. So there is movement here. Colorado, they go from 8 up to 3, so they even jump us, though they did play Oregon State, who was ranked. So a better matchup and understandable, though that was a close game, 23-20. And next time, we face Kenny Minchie and the Fighting Irish, and he's had a very clean season. 28 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. If we could force some turnovers, that could be huge for us. We got to slow down and go to running back as well in Kedron Young, the senior who's averaging 5+ yards a carry. Additionally, they have Cam Williams, and we saw how much we struggled today just guarding Hunter, and well, Williams, I'd say, is pretty comparable. And we will be going up against a better defense. We got Max Coffey, the linebacker, 76 tackles. TFLs, they got Steinberg with 10. Sack-wise, it's pretty split between Sevillano Jr. and Thomas, 7 and 6.5. They don't force too many, or at least one person doesn't force too many interceptions. They seemingly spread that out. It's going to be a good game. They got a kicker here in Arakpo. So all in all, we've got to come ready to play on every single level. And we'll see you here next time as we face Notre Dame in the regular season finale, a rivalry matchup. Hit that bear icon on the bottom right or scroll down, hit the sub button, and definitely tap that bell icon so you do not miss this series every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We got the Jaguars Tuesday and Thursday on Madden 25, and a big set of games coming up here for the Cardinal. How far can they go?